Yeah, hi, this is a video response, and I'm sorry, but I really don't know how to pronounce the name on the YouTube that you have. But anyway, yeah, bad teachers. I had one really bad one. I didn't have all the different weird types of teachers that you said you had, because after this really bad experience, I actually went to a private school and the teachers there were pretty normal. But after this really bad experience with one of my grammar school teachers, I believe I was about 10, maybe about 9 when it happened or so. And what he would do is, okay, you didn't even have to do anything wrong, first of all. If he just thought you weren't concentrating, or you weren't working fast enough, or if he caught you just talking to someone just briefly, or, like I said, if you just weren't even just working fast enough, what he would do is he would take us out the back, and there's like an alley there behind the classroom. And if he felt like you were somewhat bad, he would do something like pull your hair, like he would take your hair behind your neck and he would pull it up so hard that he would like practically lift you. He would lift you off the ground. He would pull your hair so hard. And if he felt like you were really bad, then he would take his fist, his closed fist, and hit you really hard right here on the top of your head. And I remember one day he did this to me, and I swear I felt like I was going to pass out. I ran home for lunch, and everything was like kind of dizzy, and my head really hurt from that. And I remember one day I didn't want to go to school because of him, and I said I was sick and I wouldn't get out of bed. And I remember him actually coming over to my house where I lived and asked to come inside to talk to me, and he actually came in my room when I was in bed and was like talking to me and telling me I should go to school and this and that. And I don't really remember what else he was saying, but I also remember one day or a couple of times he took me out behind in the alley, and I thought he was going to punish me, but he actually started talking to me, telling me that one day we would date each other, and that one day I would like call him up, and oh my God, this is sick. And I would want to like see him and date him, and I'm like, now that I think about it, that was so sick. I mean, he was gross. He had like some kind of weird skin, something like wrong with his skin on his face was like all like flaky and like blotchy and red. I think he was like allergic to the sun, maybe. He always wore a hat. And he had like all this like crud, I don't know what it was, but like, like white stuff retarded people get maybe in the corner of their mouths. Like he had that kind of like crud in the corners of his mouth, like he never, took care of his mouth or something. I don't know what it was, but it was really gross. And he was really sick, and he even had this is really going to sound really weird, and it's totally weird, but he had what he called his invisible rope, and he would pretend like he was holding a rope, like he would go like this, and I swear I don't know if it's just because I was so young and gullible, or if he really was doing this, but he would actually pull himself like over to a point where it seemed like he should fall. Like he would pull and go like this, so like he'd lean like that, like to the point where you would think he would just fall. But he had like a rope a invisible rope that he would be holding on to. And I don't know, I guess that was his way of keeping us quiet, maybe, like to make us think he had some kind of magical powers or something. so people, the children wouldn't tell their parents all the abuse that was going on. But back then in the 60s, I guess a lot of abuse went on because it was actually legal for teachers to abuse the children, which is very sick. And I don't know. I really don't. I've never talked to anyone about this ever. I probably should, but I mean, I don't know. It's something I kind of forgot about until your video, and it reminded me of this. So you're not the only one, and believe me, there's worse, and I'm sure there's even worse than what I went through. I don't know how. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. But anyway, yeah. Take care.